answer your question,
guys.
you said how can you want to be traditional but then want for other women to have the equality of wage and opportunities as
But
men?
like to the degree to which women were barred from the workforce and just certain biological realities throughout history and the fact, there's a whole bunch of things there. But even like one of the big pushes that feminism does, it's like, let's do away with gender roles. Gender roles are a bad thing. Men and women are the same. That's a big push from feminism. So that's where I get confused, because it's like, okay, we shouldn't view women in these sorts of ways, but we haven't changed that for men. Like, for example, if you want true equality, there would be, for example, a push for women to, in a dating context, for women to be initiators, for women to make the first move, for women to be willing and prepared to pay for the first date.
Now that I know what you're asking, I think it is absolutely possible for people to be in the same universe as those that want traditional roles and those that might want untraditional roles.
I think it's about a move towards these kinds of egalitarian principles, which I largely reject.
I think most of the feminists that I know are more of like, I don't see myself as equal to a man. It's more of so that women wanted the option, if they wanted to have their own education,
yes,
or be by themselves, or go 50-50. That's the whole point, is it just to have that option. Because before, you had no choice but to get married and have kids with a man, and then if it went south, there was no escape for women.
This is a bad part of feminist propaganda.
That means doing whatever the fuck you want to do without
Right,
society.
that sounds right.
Without society. Without society being like, okay, well, you're not a traditional woman. Yes, period. But what is my consequence for like defining myself as a feminist?
If you are about like the sexual liberation thing and having multiple, like all these partners, there are consequences to that. It's just,
it leads towards, she actually is making a good point here.
That's like
this leads towards societal decay.
It's not my business what other people do with their body. If they want, not me personally, I wouldn't be sleeping around, but if another person wants to be sleeping around and call it liberation, then to hell with that. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. I'm nobody to be like, oh, well, you're a whore for fucking wanting to sleep with 10,000 people.
But what's wrong if somebody does call them that?
For me, I don't care if they get called a whore, but it's just the fact that they have the right to
solve any issue.
Social shaming and social stigma solves issues.
It's not going to solve anything.
It
solves nothing.